I think they ought to come out with some sprays, like butt crack spray that smells like it. They need to come out with sprays. You could spray by people and they don't hear it or see it, and everybody walks by them and they're like, "Man, what is that smell?" That'd be awesome. You know, I was thinking of different sprays: cat box smell, pee pee smell, diesel fume smell, all different sprays. Oh, if I had supernatural power, I wouldn't want to hurt anybody, but I would sure have fun with that. I would sure have fun with that. Turn invisible and go and torment your enemies by tapping them on the shoulder. Keep it out of reach, though. They turn around and there's nobody there. Then you do it again. That would be awesome. I wish they had something. There's times when I think, the Bible says we're not supposed to get revenge. But if God gave me supernatural power, I would definitely deal with my enemies, and I wouldn't hurt them. But I'd teach them a lesson, one that would definitely change them. May not change their heart, but it will get them to stop doing what they're doing. Like when they come down the street, the same ones with my red dress. I don't have a red one. But like when they come down with that loud bass that shakes the neighborhood, I'd like to just levitate their car right around 10,000 feet and just hold it there. Then to just watch the fun begin. And then if I had the power, that person would hear a voice. Don't try to get out of the car. I want to make it clear to you, nobody wants to hear your music. So you turn that stuff off, quit going down the street in this neighborhood and making all that noise. If you agree to that, I'll put you down. But if you do it again, I'll leave you up here for 8 hours. Oh, wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be fun? Oz200, how are you? Where's everybody? Elizabeth, how are you? I was listening to Dragostea. Naya ki, Naya ko, Naya ha, Naya ha ha. I love that music. It's fun. Well, thank you, Oz. It's always good to see you guys. I live for chat. I don't have no community. You think I could be close friends with anybody in Georgia? I mean, Augusta? No. I've been out here 6 years and it's not happening. And I realized today something profound. I'm thankful I have a job. It gives you character. It makes you become a man, even in a workplace where I was realizing today when I started looking at some of the employees I work with, I thought, you know what? I feel like I'm in a mental institution. People have changed so much. I feel like I'm in a mental institution today. You know what I mean? It just seems like people have lost it, lost their minds. They're crazy. How to navigate the mental institution. See, I feel like it'd be better to go to the mental institution because it's safer in there because they let them all out into our midst. They're in our workplace, they're in the streets, they're all around us. They're not in a mental health institution anymore. Crazy. Where is everybody tonight? Do I have to put girl clothes on to get everybody to show up? San Diego! That's wild. Where is everybody? I do need to put some lotion on the skin. Somebody left a dumb message again today. Puts the lotion on the skin in a basket. What is all that about? Crazy. The lotion in the basket. What is all that? I know it's something to do with the Silence of the Lambs. So why would you put lotion in a basket? That makes no sense. And people are saying that. They said it when I had my mullet, and they're saying it now. I don't understand. Very strange. You're in San Diego, Oz? Are you in San Diego? I thought you were in Australia. No? I love lotion. It's good. It's real good. It puts the lotion on the skin, baby. Should have taken my necklace off. Crazy. Lotion keeps the skin looking healthy, man, especially when you're in a cold warehouse all day. The lady I trained got a lot done today. I was very proud of her. Boxed up 65 products and did a really good job. But I'll tell you what, I swear, I look at people, some of them, and I don't think I'm perfect. That's not the case here. But some people you work with and you just look at them and go, are you all there? You know, are you all there? People get on my channel and say, why do you have your shirt off? Because it's YouTube and I can be myself and it's in my room, in my house. I mean, I don't have boobs, so girls can't do this. So I take advantage of my God-given privilege. Being semi-unclothed is nice. Where is everybody? That is so weird. It's like the channel's in the Twilight Zone. Do I have voice? If anybody can hear me, type something or give me a like. Hello from Ireland. How are you, Dave? Thank you. I was wondering if the chat hung on me. There we go. We got a like too. Thank you. Wish my hands could turn all the way around and reach the middle of my back, and they cannot. And I'm not limber, but I can do pretty good compared to most guys. I like to bathe, which I did, clean up after work, and then put all this lotion on me. It's good. Summer, I don't even put on the lotion because it's so wet and humid. So wet and humid. Dublin, Ireland. Wow. What's it like over there right now, Dave? What is it like in Dublin in 2026? Do you have a bunch of refugees and immigrants showing up? Or are they getting control of that? Raining hard, huh? Is it cold? Is it cold in Ireland? Dave O'Leary. I should have seen that. O'Leary is definitely Irish. O'Brien, O'Leary. I worked for a guy years ago in Colorado named Peter O'Meara. He was Irish to the core. He owned a Ford truck center. Where is all the regulars, too? There's like no regulars. Elizabeth said hi, and then she vacated the place. Anybody around? Is everybody just being quiet? Where is everybody? Now, that's not normal. Last night we had 12,000 views on the live chat. Liz! Liz is here. Lashing rain here in Bath as well. Like I'm in a bath. Oh boy, that sounds like fun. That sounds like absolute fun. So, Liz, what were you telling me about the plantar fasciitis? Why with the Achilles? I mean, if I broke the Achilles, it doesn't do anything. I would love to go get a good footy massage. Have my feet washed and get that pumice. I got calluses on the outside of my big toes because I put a lot of mileage on my feet. And they are rough. They need to be pumiced. Hello, Nelly. How are you? Nayaki, Nayako, Nayaha, Nayaha. Hello. No, I was saying they ought to come up with butt spray and cat box spray and nasty smelling sprays. When you're dealing with difficult people, you just spray it by them and they don't hear it spraying. You know, just a little squirt and you take off. They're like, man, what is that? That'd be so funny. Sandblasting my feet. What did you use to sandblast your feet? No, Pisces. But I always tell people I was born under the sign of the cross. Tomorrow's Friday. Friday. Sandblast. What did you use to sandblast your feet? Now that's funny. What is that symbol? Somebody else used that. What is that? It looks like Chinese character on the left and then the letter A. Oh, I'm sorry, Elizabeth. A lot of sickness going around. We need to pray for you. Lord, we pray for Elizabeth that you would heal her, help her to feel better, give her your peace. In Jesus' name, amen. A lot of sickness going around. You know, Trump's okay, Dave, but we got a lot of people in this country, the liberals, that hate him. They're protesting they're protesting our ICE officers. They enforce the laws of immigration in this country. And they've gotten ridiculous, and some people have been shot because they were acting up and blocking the vehicles and stuff like that. Yes, Elizabeth, anytime. We got a large enough group in this country that they're always going to be discontent if the conservatives are in power. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, they're protesting in Oregon and they're dropping tear gas and stuff to disperse the crowds, and the protesters are complaining. But they're not protesting anymore. They're blocking the roads. They're doing things that are dangerous, bringing weapons, stuff like that. I'm tired myself, but I wanted to get on here for a bit. It's always fun to chat with you guys. But if you guys could have a supernatural power, what would it be? Mine would be to turn invisible and to fly. No, Maximo, they're paid agitators or they're just troublemakers, whatever. Well, they've been turning back illegals. Like Texas, Georgia, where I live. They're actually accomplishing stuff, and they're only protesting in the really liberal states. It's ridiculous. They're just protesting in all the liberal states. Communists. Yeah, that Zoran mayor that they elected. What is that? That just blows my mind. Why would you elect? Man, I got to stop all this yawning. Why would you elect a communist Muslim mayor in New York, in America? Are people that dumb? I swear the mental health institutions let all the people out and they went to the polls. It's crazy. I've never massaged my Achilles. I don't know if I could do that. I'm pretty. And it isn't the same when I do it. We were made for a human touch. Oh my gosh, when a woman massages me, I melt. I mean, like butter in the hot Georgia sun. I ran to the doctor today, right around 150. The employee said my eye was red. Oh, if you can see it. Thought I was getting pink eye. I thought, I gotta go do that because if I get pink eye, I want those drops. Pink eye is awful. Female doctor looked at me. He said, nope. Got a broken blood vessel. I said, oh, good. Yeah, they heard him say free stuff. I was told, Liz, that plantar fasciitis caused by wearing inappropriate support shoes. If you've all noticed over the years, shoes are terrible. They're flat. And Liz will know what I'm talking about. And so will Dave. In older Europe, they had cobblers. Now we have a shoe factory. And cobblers would make shoes to fit your foot and your arch. And it was explained to me your arch is like a reverse leaf spring, like on a truck. You know, the leaf spring goes like this when it hits bumps and you put heavy loads. Well, it's a leaf spring upside down. And your foot takes that impact, you know. And when you have improper shoes with no arch support, you're maxing out that spring. That was the way it was explained to me. You know, Dave, that's awesome. And nobody knows what a cobbler is over here. They think of peach cobbler and a pie. I've done a lot of reading over the years and a lot of the old books that tip the hat to the old European world. And a shoe cobbler is very necessary today. I'm not flat footed. What is allergic to the EOs? Oh, essential oils? I'm not. Hello, but why? No, my feet have an arch. I got these insoles made up in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, carbon fiber. They put your foot on like a scale or a thing that reads it, and they design an insert. I can't walk around the house barefoot. I have to have something on. So I just wear these. These are for the house, sandals. Pretty low key, but why? Yeah, Liz, I'm in a warehouse, climbing things, moving things, lifting heavy things, pulling pallet jacks, driving forklifts. I mean, I'm all over the place. It's it was cold today. It was supposed to be warm. It rained a little. It was cloudy all day, and it was just cold, damp, and windy. Yeah, last night there was 12,000 on the live chat with the chat. I was shocked. That's pretty good. Normally on the live chat, it's Deadville. That's pretty cool, Dave. Yeah. And this morning, was it this morning? I'd have to look, but I think I picked up 20, 29, 25,000. I don't remember what it was. Snow in Denmark. Hello, Mr. Trelaw. How are you? That's good. Denmark, that's cool. Do you live in Amsterdam? Copenhagen. Wait a minute. I'm confusing them. Denmark is not the same. Denmark, Holland. Holland is Amsterdam. Copenhagen is Denmark. Aarhus, beautiful place. That's cool. I've not been to Europe at all. The Netherlands is Holland. Do the windmills, are they still in use over there, or are they just for show? I remember my sister and I at grandma's house, they had those wooden Dutch shoes that were very uncomfortable to wear, brightly painted wooden shoes, and we'd clomp around on the hardwood floors with them. Hi, lady. How are you? So they're still using them, Dave. That's cool. I know that they blow to pump or move the water through the irrigation canals. Lady, how's life? I was just thinking about technology. I'm good, tired as usual, but I'm good. Thank you. Hey, Krebs, how are you? I was thinking about technology. My grandpa, he's dead, but he sailed on Liberty merchant ships in the war, Vietnam and World War II. He was fascinated with shortwave radio. And if he was alive today and he could see this phone, and I would say, Grandpa, I'm streaming to the world right now, broadcasting, he'd be like, and if I was to pull one of you ladies or guys up and talk, he would be blown away. Blown away. I mean, that's how much technology changed, and so fast. And yet, look at what we're dealing with. We can do that, and I marvel at this. Communications has increased. I don't know what the numbers are, but it just beyond belief. Communications is all over the place. And yet, as far as real community, right where we're at, rare, if at all. If at all. I have more community here than I have anywhere in this city. I don't have it in my church. Do not have it in my workplace. I mean, it's a ghost town in our society. I mean, I know a lot of people. We move around each other all the time, but Very fast from 80s onward, yeah. Hello, Ricky. Ricky! And it amazes me. We spend more on communications now to talk to people that aren't even near us. That blows me away. And I said years ago, I want to get totally off the internet. You can't. You cannot. Unless you want to be a recluse. Lady, it's weird. We feel getting close to people in our area is dicey. I feel like I get to know you and people better here than I would than if they lived next door to me. The only place you feel community is at the gym. Isn't that something? I'm reading what she wrote, Liz. See, and I don't even know about all that stuff. Are those what they call tinctures? What are tinctures? The thing about my channel is I'm real. I talk about what I'm going through. I talk about what I struggle with. I don't hide it. Oh, essential oils. Lady, come on over. Look, I got some eucalyptus. I want somebody to rub essential oils on me. Oh, man, this stuff smells so good. I like smelling eucalyptus. This has a smell like nothing else. Weed and alcohol. Now that's a stink, man. Come on, Blob. Weed stinks. I hate the smell of that stuff. And alcohol. Just nasty. But that's me. I'm rare. Totally rare. Aromatherapy, yes. Hey, baby Ghosty, how are you? Dave. Yeah, that or armpit. Yuck. It's so gross. And it's weird because I get to know some of you. I mean, I got a neighbor on this side, older man. Every so often, he'll say, hey, how you doing? Neighbors on the other side, they got a 20-year-old daughter, 22-year-old. She doesn't work. She's attractive, long black hair. She does not come in the house. You'll see her. I didn't even know she lived over there until Helene. When the power knocked out, it was like ants coming out of the anthill that got kicked over. People came out of their house because it was hot, no electricity, no AC, no TV. Teenagers were roaming the neighborhood. Like, where'd all these people come from? They were everywhere walking up and down the street, late in the night. I remember when I walked around my neighborhood, I never walk around it. After Helene, I figured, okay, everything's been knocked out. I'm going to go walk around. And when I had my roommate here, she and I went for a while, and everybody was doing the same thing. We were out surveying the damage, and we were just like, that tree went down, that tree, that tree, that tree, that phone line. Oh my gosh, that house is crushed. Oh my gosh, that pickup truck is crushed. It was just shocking. And people talk to us. People talk to us. People talk to me. Once the power came on, no more. I don't see any of those people. It's like mice. They scurry back to their job, back to their work, whatever. you know what? Because I value you guys. I guess it's different. These people, some of these people I work with, it's like, oh, really, lady? 57 bottles. You're saying a tincture is weed and alcohol? Really? Gold, frankincense, and myrrh. I got a ton of incense. But after I got vertigo, I stopped burning it. Because at first I didn't know what was causing it. When I first bought this house, it had odors in it. And I burned incense in my room and out in the kitchen to mask the smell. Now the house doesn't stink. It took me years to literally chase away the odors of this house. Taking every wall apart, redoing everything. That helped a lot. In fact, that took care of it. It's amazing how people can live in a house and just leave their smelly essence in there. Yuck. Don't like. Yeah, baby ghost. I don't like the smell of weed. I don't like the smell of liquor. When I used to go downtown and dance, these gals would come up to me drunk and they'd reek of alcohol and they start acting loosey goosey. And I'm like, wow, what a mess. Lavender grows best in France, huh? Oh, I can't stand the smell of cigarettes. This woman I'm training, she reeks of cigarettes. I hate the smell of cigarettes. I have no attraction to a woman who smokes. Zero. Concentrated herbal extract, e.g., soaking plant material and alcohol. Oh, that's good, lady. I'm allergic to them too. I hate the smell so bad. Excuse me. I don't like the smell of them. Naya key, Naya oh, Naya he, Naya ah. Hello. I love that. Everybody like my key? I paid $9 for this years ago in Spokane, Washington. Now that is a classic skeleton key. I love it. I concocted a whole story about this. I was thinking about the key. And when I was living in Hong Kong, I thought, can you imagine? Now that's good, Shannon. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Maybe go see. That's good. At least you're trying. But I but I thought of a whole story with this. I was thinking of that girl that I was, well, dating and friends with over there, Mouse. And my mind goes wild with imagination. I thought, I wear the key and everybody's like, where'd you get that? That's really cool. And I imagine a story where black pepper, that's interesting. I imagine a story where Mouse and I are running around Hong Kong and I'm wearing this key, and meanwhile, in some corporate office somewhere in America, these very high-powered men are meeting in suits and ties, and one guy comes in, he says, I found it. They're like, what? You called a meeting. What are we talking about today? And he dims the lights and shows the overhead and shows a picture of Hong Kong and a crowd, and it zeroes in on me. And they're looking at, what is this? Some dude with red hair and a key around his neck. What is this? We were talking about trying to find the ancient city that holds the riches of the world in it. And they have found a place in South America, deep in the jungles. And it's got a vault thick door that nobody can open, and it takes a key. And it's made out of a rare metal. And we analyzed that. Nobody can get in there. You can't weld past, you can't. The stone structure they built, the stones are so thick, you can't blast through it. And let me get this straight. So you call this meeting, and some guy in Hong Kong with what looks like an Asian girlfriend got a key, and you're telling me that's the key to the city. We infrared the lock. That thing's the same configuration. It's the only thing that'll open it. Plus, it's a certain metal that interacts with something. So then the story goes on where men with suits and ties come up to me in Hong Kong. I don't even know, hey, how much you want for that key? It's not for sale. Well, we'll give you a handsome price. It's not for sale. Come on, Mouse, let's go. And we disappear through the crowd and we lose them. And throughout the movie, now they're trying to catch us. And then one day, Mouse says, La, you know, these men, they ask about that key. They following us. And they look mean. What do you think is going on? And we don't have any clue. And then somebody from the Pentagon gets a clue. And they find out that they know about this city, but nobody can get into this old structure that's just covered in jungle. And the Pentagon gets wind of something. And they zero in on a photo and they go, somebody comes to the room and says, do you see what that guy has around his neck? That's that key, man, of that special metal. Pentagon goes, I don't understand how we can't duplicate a key to fit in there. You're telling me there's only one key that'll work? And how did he get it? I have no idea. But there's people looking for the key to that. And that guy could be as good as dead. We need to move in. and we need to protect him and that girlfriend he's with, and we need to negotiate with him about using that key to open that vault door. We avoid them all. We do our own research and find out something. And then we see something on the internet that talks about the search for the lost key, and we're like, Mouse, they're saying there's a key that goes to an ancient city where there's like gold and jewels stored from the annals of history that were hidden away. And the story goes that Mouse and I are actually hunted down, and we get caught, and we manage to get away from them. And the Pentagon, actually, the CIA actually comes to Hong Kong and gets us and says, look, we're on your side. We want you both to come with us. Michael, we want you to put the key in the lock and see if it opens the door. And we do, and I put this key in this ancient lock, and you turn it, you hear these tumblers click. And they didn't have machinery when they just built. And all of a sudden, you hear these click, 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 and you hear these steel rollers, and the door just goes and opens. And we're all looking at each other like, you got to be kidding me. This? And we go in, and we go deep in, and we find it all. And it's just beyond. And Mouse is with me going, hi, Knuckle, look at all this. Girl, you ain't kidding. And the agents with us say, don't worry. Because you were part of this, you will be getting a cut. Let's just put it this way, Mr. Nelson, you and this gal will be able to live the rest of your life without worrying about a darn thing. Man, that would be so awesome. My mind goes wild with things sometimes. I wish I could be a script writer. And oh my gosh, Blob, where do you live? That's terrible. Hey, Mr. E-Rock, how are you? Funny how it could just take a simple thing for me that I could build a whole story around. Downtown Akron? Oh my gosh, I lived in Akron. That's wild, Blob. Lady, thank you for that. Were you on here when I did the story, The Voyage of the Microo? I had so much fun with that. I'm all right, Mystery Rock. I've determined I work for a mental institution. We'll talk soon about that. Oh my gosh. The more I get out there in the public, the more I realize I'm doing okay. I really am. People are nuts. Nuts. Padded rooms for everyone. Shoot. I want to go in one. It'd be quiet in there. I would not want to be in mental. And you know what? E-Rock, your wife, my hat is off to her for what she has to deal with. E-Rock's wife deals with mental patients. Boy, they're really coming after Zoran. They say it had to do with his mother being exposed with some connection with Epstein. But somebody else was talking about, said that they're angry because he reneged on his, he was going to give free buses and free this. And I don't know why people fail to realize that costs money by somebody. There is no such thing as free. That lady, that's funny. That was a bit ago, a few weeks ago. I don't remember. Bad rooms. When I wore a uniform at transportation, when I took that shirt off, that thing felt like a straitjacket trying to get it off. Crazy. Even after I unbuttoned the whole thing, that thing was a trip. That's right, E-Rock. That is right. Oh. First time ever I saw your face. Roberta Flack. The only thing that's free is the grace and mercy of God. That's it. Hey, Liz, that's good. Shoot, there's a few ladies on here I'd like to tuck in at night. No, lady, I wasn't doing that to correct you. I have to remind myself eternal life is free, God's provision is free, God's peace is free. There's no cost. I got to go get my taxes done. Oh, I look forward to that about as much as having a root canal. Love going to the tax man. People giving you grief is free too. Plenty of it shoveled out. Tax man. I wonder who's watching me now. Who? The IRS? I've always feared. That guy sounded like Michael Jackson. Didn't he? I've always feared that somebody's watching me. That sounded like Michael Jackson. Akron, man. I lived in Akron for 6 months in 1994. I'll tell you what, though, a lot of good people in Ohio. We got Nikki, we got Mob. We got a bunch of them in here from Ohio that come regular. We have one guy from Vermont, Boonstock, couple from Maine. Can't say I have anybody in here from Seattle, Portland, or Minneapolis. The most troubled cities in the country. New York City. That's nice. There's no tax on OT. Oh, Oz never did give nothing to the Tin Man that he didn't already have. Blob, I think when you get out of the Rust Belt cities, you get south, you get down there close to the West Virginia border, and you get into parts of Ohio, they're beautiful, beautiful places. I liked it when I first came into Ohio and they had the big sign, the heart of it all. I love that. The heart of it all. And they called Georgia the peach state. I was told there's more peach orchards in South Carolina than there are here. I don't know how they got that moniker for Georgia. I think that song that they made, The Devil Went Down to Georgia, is pretty much where it's at. What's a bad joke, lady? Yes. Seven minus the S is even. Oh my gosh. You're right, though. What about plays on words? 7 days a week without prayer makes 1 week. WEAK. Yeah, people are hard to deal with. So, how come it's easier for us to talk here? Because we're not face to face, we're not living together, we're not up against each other. What is it about when you're up against people? That's where the friction starts. You know, it's sad. Maybe we do want to live in fantasy with the internet. We can talk to people. We don't have to smell anything. We don't have to deal with their issues. Strange. I just wonder what drives that. I have more community here. One cross plus 3 nails equals forgiven. Interesting. This guy I work with, I got him one day. I had made a box and I'd put something very light in it It was a big item, but there was no weight to it. And sealed the box, and I walked over right by him, and I went, ugh. And I set it down and said, dude, could you help me pick this up? This thing is so heavy. Man, he get down like he's going to wrestle this thing like a grizzly, and he goes to pick it up, gets it 2 inches off the ground. He lost it. I said, I got you, babe. Man, he laughed so hard. Oh, it was so funny. Sometimes I do that stuff. Sometimes I gotta just do that. He said, man, I was getting ready to bear hug that. I said, I know you were squatting down and everything, and you went. I went and got the forklift, had to go get some pallets out of a semi-trailer, and rainy, wet, muck, dirt roads and mud holes. And I grabbed the big giant forklift. I tell you what, I love old machinery. Seeing the big tires rolling. This thing is fun to drive. I'm not normal. I like old stuff. That's funny, Blob. I remember when I worked at Wendy's in high school, and they take the towels and get them wet and wrap those things up, and oh my gosh. If you're not looking, they zap you on the back end with that. Woo, baby, did that sting. Our manager flicked one so bad he hit the solid door to the manager's office and took a piece of wood out of it. I said, oh man. I said, and you're hitting people on the butt with that? Don't you dare. Hi, Stereo. When I was in high school, we had that big round sink with the foot pedal, and it had the bucket of powder soap on the top and the sprayer head. Wash our hands, and we're in shop class. Hey, Hammer. Hey, Sergez. And you get that powdered soap and you get it wet. And I was in middle school in the shop, and the kids would take that and ball it up and throw it up on the ceiling. They called them putty monsters. Man, they were all over the ceiling. Soap balls stuck to the ceiling. Kids, man, they tear up anything. Hammer, how's Noodles doing? Absolutely, Mr. E-Rock. I hate to do this. My bed is calling me. I get tired. Oh my gosh. The weekends go by so fast. I don't have all the school vacations anymore, which I do miss that. Now I'm just like all of you guys, got to work all the time. Good to see you guys, all of you. We chuck out those modern phones and go rotary style old school. We wouldn't watch. If we had to go back to the way it was, I think we'd have a hard time. If we could go back to how easy it was to make community and get girlfriends and boyfriends where people were still all right, yeah, I'd go back to that. Hey, Shannon, have a good one. Not sad. Shannon, we can be closer to people on the internet than we can even family. You're totally right. That's sad. But at the same time, God can use this to be a touchstone because God, I don't know when people are going to get this in their mind. I mean, I can't stand some of the stuff I see in my day to day world with people in the real. But in heaven, we're be around people for all eternity. It's just that down here, everything's broken. And I played that song Precious on a short by Depeche Mode. I saw a little comment under there that Wiki states that the guy wrote that when he was divorced his wife and he saw how it affected his kids. And he basically said, I'm sorry. Sometimes things get damaged. I'm like, wow. And we need to have that. We're damaged. Society's damaged. Hey, user, what is that thing, that little symbol? Looks like Chinese character in the letter A. I see that on some people when they make a comment. Hello, time. Got you. I always have to come up with fresh stuff. By morning, something will come into my head. Oh. You guys have a good one. Everybody sleep well. Those of you that work tonight, stay strong. And thank you for the encouragement you give to me. Some of you talk to me personally, and I appreciate that. You don't have any idea. Hey, Gavin. Yeah, I was looking at some of that stereo. I didn't even hear most of that stuff in high school. I heard, I can't remember which, the one Depeche Mode that was very popular. I heard that in high school, but I didn't hear the others. I love to go back and find and discover old stuff. It's like, wow, this stuff was good. It's better than that crap today, man. Well, you guys have a good evening. Be safe. Till next time.